Hi, good morning. Happy New Year. I am so excited to be pausing with you this morning. I cannot believe we are in 2021, but I'm so grateful to be here. If you are new to this space, if you've never joined a pause, this is just your space to retreat within when the world gets a little bit too busy, a little bit too noisy. Trying to help people incorporate silence into their everyday lives as a way to be healthy, to be happy, and to unlock their inner peace. So I'm Brittany. I'm Dr. Brittany Connors, and I will be here every Saturday taking a pause. The weeks get hectic, things are happening quickly. And I look forward to the space of being in some silence and feeling rejuvenating, feeling some clarity, and just feeling like the weight of pressure float away for just an hour, spending that time with you. So if you are here, please feel free to introduce yourself in the comments. If you're watching the replay, thank you, thank you. Feel free to comment also after or to contact me. But this is our space every Saturday morning. We're going to be going live 7 a.m. So join live when you can. I know it's early, but we try to do this when it is quieter. You know, maybe the kids, the spouse, everybody's the house is quiet. Maybe this is your work time, or maybe this is already a meditation space for you, or just your you time. You can feel free to like pencil us in for this time or like spend that time with us. So whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, I just really want to thank you. You made it to 2021. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm looking forward to a year of just health and serenity and happiness for you, and all the things that you want to do. So um the way that this works is we will kind of talk to each other for the first 15 minutes. At the 15-minute mark, we go into silence for 30 minutes. So that is the challenge. So do what you can. If you can do 5 minutes, that's great. Or if you want to set a personal goal in between the 30-minute time slot, please do. Also, this is a time to be as tech free as you can. So I know you're watching me or you're watching this on a device, but if you're not on your phone, try to, put your phone away, or put it on do not disturb, or just, this is not phone time, right? So if you're watching or you're listening to me, you can hear me, that's fine. That's really all you need. This is also supposed to be a space to garner some digital well-being skills and developing a healthier relationship with tech. As we know, it's a grand part of our lives, a connective part of our lives, but we also need a break from that too. So yeah, that's how that goes. After the 30 minutes of silence, I'll do some reflections. If you want to share some reflections also in the comments, you can do that as well. And then I might talk about upcoming events or next steps or ways to join me on another platform. But that is how this will look every Saturday. So same format, but it's different every week. And it's a format that I've created. It's the goals format. So we start with gratitude and optimism. So just so I make sure you know what I'm saying. I might have an accent, I don't know. But goals as in GOALS, goals. And it stands for gratitude, optimism, activity, learning, and sharing. So we always start with either a question about gratitude or a prompt. And you, as always, this space works the best if you interact, but it's not mandatory. If you're someone who processes differently, or you need to take time, or you want to process up here in your head, that's fine. Or you want to process on paper or through drawing, whatever multi-sensory medium that works for you. Just know the topic will be gratitude, and there will be people sharing, I'll be sharing, we'll be talking. Then we move to optimism, same type of thing. And during the G and the O, you can feel free to be in the comments, right? Like I said, I want this to be interactive. I want us to talk to each other. I want us to like hear and listen. When it moves to the A and the L, that is the time that I ask that there is no commenting in the chat, because if anyone needs assistance or you need support, I want to be able to see the person and either respond directly to you, or if you have my phone number, if you'd rather text me in real time to get some support, that's why we keep the chat clear during the activity and the learning. And so every week, the activity is silence. Every week, that'll never change. But some weeks or some days, we might pair silence with another activity. And I like to give just free reign on what that is. But if you need ideas on like silent occupations or silent activities, things you can do either silently or quietly, we'll offer some of those. So whether those be a journal prompts or visualization exercises, coloring books, reading. I might pair silence with another activity. But again, at that time, there's nobody in the chat because we keep this open for safety. So if anybody's like, hey, I need some support, I would like some guidance, I can see that person and we can take care of them. And usually I also have somebody on the line with me. She's actually moving to start a new job next week. So I want to shout out Erica, Dr. Erica Skinner, an amazing occupational therapist. I'm an occupational therapist as well by background. But yeah, amazing. Erica is usually with me every week. And so I'm really just excited and proud for her as she starts a new chapter. So she's not with me, it's just me, but I still got you because this space, even though it's virtual, we understand that safety is important and we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to be vulnerable. We want you to have this time in an unrestricted way. Like you don't have to hold back here. This community is extremely supportive. And sometimes you might need a little like, hey, I'm getting distracted. I'm really trying to be in silence. And, either I keep thinking or I just need help being in this space. That is why we keep the chat clear for the A, the activity, and L, the learning. So moving to the learning, that's really like, what did you learn personally? And that's really reflection. So again, I will give you time to collect your thoughts and I'll just start to share. That way it's a good example, a model. Maybe you're like, well, what am I even reflecting about? You don't have to think what I think, but maybe seeing or hearing me reflect might help you shape your own reflections or maybe some questions that I maybe ask myself. Maybe you have the same question. And so then when we move to the S, which is sharing, and we come back to the chat, remember, so we have the G and the O, that means go. That means everybody can chat. A and the L, we need the chat to be clear, silent, only for those who need support. And then when we get to the S, you get to come back. Chat can go back up. So when we get to share, if you had a first time feeling like, oh, I had this body sensation or something came to me in this time, you can share any and all that you would like to share in that time. And then we'll support, like, hey, like, I felt something similar, or, oh, this was really different for me, or, something that I have been wanting clarity on for a while, the vision came or I realize I need to give somebody an apology or whatever it may be for you that week. Again, we use the same format, but everyone experiences it so differently week to week. And I've been doing this since July 2020. And we were over on Instagram doing it. And as we've grown and as we moved, something happens different every week, I promise. But it's great to have a space for self-discovery and learning about yourself and sitting with yourself and building this relationship with self. And so as we start this new year, maybe those are some points of reflection. What do I want my relationship with myself to be like? How do I want to talk to myself? What are my thoughts? What is the quality of my thoughts, the grace in my thoughts, or how I move, how I look at myself? It's an amazing time to do that. We do that together. And that's why this space is incredibly special and important. So that was just like the overview. If this is your first time, or even if you've been here a couple times, this is just a review for you. So you know what happens in this space, that you are loved and you are cared for, and that it's okay to do nothing. It's okay to be silent. It's okay to be still. And silence has a ton of benefits. And I'll be talking more about that as like in different spaces and content. There's literally so many health benefits to being in silence, being able to concentrate better, being able to focus, having an increase in self awareness. You literally, like, even from lowering your blood pressure, building emotional intelligence, the list really goes on. But I think for me, the greatest thing that being in silence and trying to do it a little bit every day has taught me is that, like, the world never stops. And what we've been through, we've seen COVID stop the world, but we have the power to pause. When you pause, you're able to make better decisions. You're able to rise to the occasion of demanding challenges and tasks. You can respond better. You're not moving solely out of maybe some vibrations that are lower or that are not like you. It's just taking a pause. It's a graceful command and reminder to ourselves to adapt and respond differently, and to be grateful for who we are, the people that are around us, and be grateful that we have the option to choose and to change our very environments by taking a pause. So the world may not stop. It might feel like everything keeps going, but you have the power to take a temporary break. At the very end of the year, what spoke to me was this just quick phrase: nonstop stops here. Our brains are literally thinking and moving even when we're sleeping, but for a couple minutes. And like, after you do this, your goal might be to try to sit in silence for 2 minutes every day. It can be very small. And just even at 2 minutes, the benefits of silence definitely kick in. But yeah, it's like nonstop stops here. It's okay to stop. You're not a failure for taking a break. Taking breaks are very productive. It might feel counterintuitive, but taking breaks is how you keep going. So we don't want you to be burning out. We don't want you to go until the wheels fall off. Like, this is sustenance. This is sustenance for us all, and building new cultures that appreciate and honor a pause, that honor rest, that honor breaks. And it's even feeling confident to say, I would like to take a break. I need to take a break. I'm going to take a break. That's how we practice those skills here. It's all about building a non-threatening environment for you to learn a new everyday skill that you can take with you anywhere. You don't need anything extra. Your environment doesn't even have to be completely silent. I live in an apartment, so I have neighbors. So it's very possible they may wake up and make breakfast, or they may be talking. That's okay, because every week that I practice this, I learn how to go deeper and rest deeply within myself, to where even if I don't have like the perfectly silent pad, like, I am in the space where I can garner that myself. So yeah, that is the introduction. We are about a minute out from starting the silence. So before we get there, I just wanted to share two quotes that stuck out to me. One of them is from the Dalai Lama, and it reads, "An old day passes, a new day arrives. The important thing is to make it meaningful." And a question for you to think about later is, how can I make today meaningful? And the second quote is from Katie Rubenstein, and it reads, "It is in the recognition of our profound interconnection with one another that we can rise up to protect what we hold most sacred." And another question you can think about: in what ways does recognizing how I'm interconnected help me protect that which I value? So those are just a few things that I use to help ground myself and to get in a reflective space. But for now, we're going to focus on clearing our minds and our thoughts and just trying to be in silence. So we're at the 14-minute mark. So if you are joining, this is like your time to get your water. If you want to journal, if you want to do something silently while we enjoy and entertain 30 minutes of silence, just to gather yourself. Shut off your phone. My phone is here, and I'm doing the same thing, but we are preparing to sink into the silence in about 30 seconds. So again, thank you. Good morning. Thank you for watching either live or on the replay. We are going to enjoy 30 minutes of silence in about 15 seconds. I hope you're feeling good. We're going to have a great year. This is going to be a time of growth and healing. And the silence starts now. We are 5 minutes in. We've done 5 minutes of silence. How does it feel? We're going to keep going. Now's the time if you need to readjust your posture, sit up, lay down. If you need to take a drink, I really encourage just hydration or drinking your favorite tea or coffee in the morning just to help you further soothe yourself. At the 15-minute mark, I'm going to walk you through a body scan meditation. But yeah, you did 5 minutes. Let's keep going. I'm going to start journaling myself. All right, we're 10 minutes in. 10 minutes and 5 minutes, we'll be doing a body scan meditation. Keep going. Does it feel good? Remember to breathe deeply. If your mind begins to wander, find something that brings you back. All right, we are at the 15-minute mark. So we're going to do a body scan meditation. And a body scan meditation is a simple exercise that you can do at any time of the day, in any setting, to assess how you're feeling from the inside. So You're taking almost this mental journey through your body. What are you feeling? Is there any tension? Is there any joy? But where is it and what is it inside of my body? So, to prepare for this, you want to take a few deep breaths. And we've already been in a space of clearing our minds, but doing some breathing to prepare to try to mentally go within. And we'll try to go from the top. So after you take a few deep breaths, try to imagine yourself or envision yourself entering your body through your head. And so you want to try to take a journey from top to bottom, but sometimes it can be random. Maybe you enter through your head and you end up in your knee. But you do this as a way to really explore how your inner atmosphere is feeling. So we'll take the next 5 minutes trying to journey inside. So I'll lead a few breaths. I usually try to do 5 and then dive in. All right. All right, let's do it. So number 1, ready? And you want to try to breathe in through your nose, push out through your mouth. If you can sit up, that will be awesome. But if you're still in bed, that's fine too. Just try to focus on your breathing. Ready? Last one. Take a really deep one with this last one. Blow it all the way out. And close your eyes and imagine yourself entering from your head. If you want to take a different route or way in, that's fine too. But just imagine yourself going to the inside, walking around, floating around, swimming around, but looking for things in your inner atmosphere. Is your body calling you somewhere specifically? Are there any aches and pains, soreness? Again, it can be joy, but try to make your way through your body for these next 5 minutes. And I'm going to do the same thing too. keep scanning your body. If you're still doing your body scan meditation, that is okay. Keep going. Just wanted to let you know we are 20 minutes in. Hope you're enjoying your time or your space. A time without noise or less noise. A time to remember to breathe. Breathing in confidence and pushing out any hesitation, any insecurity, any doubt. We're taking in what we need and we're clearing out to make room for more of what we need. But keep doing. You're doing a great job. Remember to smile and feel everything you're feeling. Whether it's rushing or flowing, we invite everything in this space. All right, we are 25 minutes in, which means we only have 5 minutes left here together in the silence before we transition to reflection. And again, I'm here if you need support, been watching out for my phone, or if you need anything But you're doing a great job. You've made it 25 minutes. Maybe that's way longer than you anticipated. So, give yourself some love for being here and for meeting the goal. But we're going to enjoy the final 5 minutes of silence together. All right, we have just done 30 minutes of silence. At this time, we're transitioning from the activity to the learning portion. So I want you to reflect on how that went for you. reflect on how your body's feeling, your mind, your spirit. But it's just a point of reflection. And so I'll go first and I'll talk for a little bit. And if anyone wants to comment in the chat at that time, you can feel free to offer any of your reflections as well. So I was very grateful to do this pause today. We took a break at the end of the year. And in that break is usually the time where, it's the in between. And so you're either resting because it's not the new year yet, you're still in the old year. And I had every intention of resting and doing that in a way that I imagine, like taking off, not working, really just enjoying my space at home and um, like having some things come up in life that required my attention or that affected me emotionally. I was just so grateful to make it here and to start this wonderful practice of building the skill of using silence to help me adapt. Because I didn't say that in the beginning, pause actually does stand for something. It stands for positively adapting using silence every day. And so, in this period of time where there wasn't a lot of silence, there was quite actual noise, whether that be really literally or just noise and tension as far as what was going on. A lot of that was present. And so, I just was reflecting about how to, in the midst of like a very tumultuous time, like how does this really work and kick in, and remembering like to do this in a time that feels really noisy. It's easy when you can, you know, be calm and you're already patient and you can kind of slide or transition because we know this is coming. But one thing for myself that I'm working on and want to work on for this coming year is when I'm not ready, or the points in which feel extremely vulnerable or I'm caught off guard. Like those are the areas of my life that I'm still working to respond quickly and adapt in a way that helps me remember to do something like take a pause, or helps me remember how to keep my environment um, safe and to preserve like what I've been working hard for myself um, in a time where like maybe I can't help it or there's external things happening, which is why I love this time and space. So I've been doing this the last few months and still like I still have a long way to go into practice, but just being incredibly grateful to remember to take this time and to prioritize this time. Also, just I found myself journaling. And so trying to keep my head clear and just go from what was coming within was a little harder today because I wanted to think through some stuff, or, oh, maybe I should think about this again. And I didn't want to do that. So I really challenged myself to write what exactly how I was feeling instead of trying to employ like a thought process. So for the first pause of the year to be experiencing that, again, I'm just really excited to get back in the rhythm. And it shows me that the importance of the repetition and the practice. Like every week, this is something that I look forward to. And skipping a week, sometimes it happens, right? I have things I have to do, or, things come up with family or friends where we have to attend. Yet keeping this space alive and well and going is so critical to me now, and I'm grateful to know that it is so special and so important. And in my quest to get more people to experience this time, either together or on their own, just gives me the confidence to say that it's really worthwhile to have a time just for you and a time just for yourself. So, yeah, those were my reflections. If anyone would like to share, if you'd like to comment, I'd love to hear from you. You can also share any reflections, or maybe if you keep them to yourselves, but you felt better about taking your time to do so. Like it's completely fine. But we do open and welcome you in the chat now that everybody has been safe, and really appreciate everyone attending to the rules because it builds a very safe virtual environment. And I hope to do the same when we do these in person. So that's where I'll kind of transition in an effort to give time for either self-reflection or reflection in the comments. As far as next steps, we will be having another retreat, but it'll be our first retreat of the year. So on December 19th, we hosted our first virtual retreat, silent retreat, and it was beautiful. Everyone who came poured beautifully into the space, learned so much about themselves and what other people are experiencing. It was a really beautiful time. And so if you're wondering, well, okay, well, what is a virtual silent retreat? First of all, silent retreats have been around for centuries, and they've been ways for people to either be under spiritual leaders or thought processes and away from their everyday lives to gain clarity in the silence and be away from distractions, right? And those still are very, very common. In even in these times, most of them have moved virtually. How Pause is attempting to bring this age old practice into modern times is by doing it at your home in your everyday life, right? It's great when we are able to get away and change our surroundings. But the true test is when you do come back to what's true or to your nature and what's going on. So that's why I designed this to be for everyday people in just everyday life when maybe we can't escape, maybe we don't want to, maybe we can't afford to. Um, Maybe we just want to find peace in our own homes, in our own space. Um, so we practice in the places where we live, sleep, eat, breathe, make mistakes, make decisions, have victories. It's meant and designed to meet you exactly where you are. And so the half day retreat, the half day virtual silent retreat looks a lot like this. So this is kind of like practice. This is our community pause, which will always happen every Saturday. It's always free. It's always here. But you will purchase tickets for a virtual silent retreat. The half day retreat is a 4 hour format where essentially the first hour we're communicating. We're setting some really great ground rules to keep everybody safe. We talk about digital well-being again, cultivating healthy relationships with tech and our devices and our routines, and to pull away from that distraction, right? So we may not be in another destination in this retreat center, but we're still using the same principles of either lessening or eliminating distractions. So we set the tone and make sure everybody's comfortable. And essentially, we will do alternating time slots of silence and silent activities. So there were people who were reading or journaling or coloring or stretching when it was time to do a silent activity of their choice. And then we would do 30 minutes of silence. So trying to get a feel for both and how they feel, because even if you're somebody like me, I live alone. And so I'm here by myself a lot of times, and it might feel like, well, I'm in silence all the time. But what I learned through this space is, being by yourself or being where things are quiet anyway is not the same as really trying to envelop yourself in silence and intentionally be in silence. And so we like to alternate because, again, this is practice. We are skill building so that when you leave the space, you have tools and strategies that you can practice in your everyday life. You have a format that you can use with your friends and your families. We've had families pause where, even for the little ones, creating meditation stations or corners, sensory corners, having lights, right? So if you see, I have like just a few soft lights around, and having the entire family be in silence together. It is an amazing feeling, which I also had the honor of leading a private group at the end of December. And so all year long, it's been this type of an interaction where you can see me, but I can't see you. And so to be in a room with 9 people in compliance with our guidelines here. I'm in St. Louis, so I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, in the US. Um, it felt amazing to experience that with people. And so, whether we're doing virtual silent retreats or in person or soon, when it's safe, in home retreats, we always build this beautiful experience. So, if you're wondering what it is, this is just the preview to give you some time and space to practice. In a non-threatening, non-judgmental environment. And when you feel like, okay, well, I want to up it, we did 30 minutes today. When you do the half day, you do a total of 2 hours. And so there's even at the 2 hour mark, there's even more benefits. And so just imagine when we continue to increase that time as we look at silence as an activity. So, yeah, that is, those are next steps. So, if you want to come to a few community pauses on Saturday mornings to, build your endurance, your stamina with it, build your comfortability, that's completely fine. And then you can always purchase a ticket and join one of the virtual silent retreats later. So our upcoming retreats will be Saturday, January 16th. I was going to say 2020. We're not there anymore. 2021. Oh my gosh. So yes, the first retreat of the year is 2 weeks from now. So if you want to come the next 2 Saturdays, or the next Saturday you did today, you want to come again next week, and then you want to try the retreat, I would say that's probably the best way to tackle it, because you can get some practice and you'll be able to purchase the tickets from Eventbrite. So right now, the next retreat, and there'll only be 20 spots, because the feedback that I got from the first group is that they liked how intimate and small that it was. They felt very safe and comfortable sharing, but also they got to learn from people and got to make friends. And so we're keeping it small so we can, so we don't compromise the integrity of what this space means. So you do want to get your ticket. You've gone over to Eventbrite and search for Pause. You'll find me, or I'll make sure you have that information. But the next one is Saturday, January 16th, starts at 8 a.m. So it'll be 8 a.m. CST, because I'm in Central Standard Time. So 8 a.m. CST to 12 p.m. CST. So it's literally just like the morning. And yeah, so that'll be our next one, Saturday, January 16th, 2021. And I believe the next one after that is Saturday, January 30th. But yes, I'll have to double check myself, but I'm pretty sure that is the next one. So yeah, we'd love to have you. It's a beautiful time. You always unlock something new for yourself, which I think just having life surprise you and being in awe and having some first time feelings, especially as adults, is really needed. It's necessary so we can keep our hearts soft, our minds active, and our beings open to what may come for us, and being able to receive and be receptive, but also do it in community. It's a journey that we all take individually, but we're doing it in community, which makes it less scary, right? Makes it more fun, makes it more relatable that there's other people who are also trying to stop in a nonstop world. Or maybe, we're busy and we've been wearing busy as a badge, or working a lot. Maybe that's one of our ways of coping, and we don't necessarily enjoy that. And so we're free from that in this space, even if it's for an hour or 4 hours or however long we're together. We're proving that it's possible, which I think has so much meaning and merit. So thank you again for joining me. I will be here for our community pause next week, same time, same place. Again, our next retreat is Saturday, January 16th. So you want to get your tickets because they will sell out. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing weekend. Hopefully this changes the energy of your day. You feel ready to go get it. You feel good about what is to come. And you, just kind of give yourself some applause for taking care of yourself and doing something solely for you, that was cleansing and healing, for you, just for you. So thank you so much. I'll see y'all later. Bye.